Welcome to Research Guidelines for University of Houston Digital Media students. My name is Amy and I will be your guide through this lecture. Let's get started. Through this lecture, students will become familiar with creating and refining a working problem statement, writing requirements for research, techniques for searching for information and evaluating information resources, citation of information resources, academic honesty and the editing process, and some helpful links. University Branch Library is a partnership library with University of Houston, Maine, University of Houston Clear Lake, University of Houston Downtown, and University of Houston Victoria. On UH Sugar Land campus, students have two academic liaisons, Amy Hinkst and Alexandra Almestica, to assist them at University Branch Library. Amy and Alexandra may be contacted by phone, email, or visited in person during library business hours. UH Sugar Land students also have access to the UH Main Campus Library, MD Anderson. Library staff may be contacted by phone or remotely through a live chat. All library staff at both University Branch and MD Anderson are happy to assist students. The working problem statement gives the writer a starting point by which to jot down major ideas that should help support your thesis. When creating a working problem statement, it should answer, what problem are you trying to solve? Why is it a problem or issue? Why is it important to you? Why should the reader want to read about what you have learned? It must also be measurable or able to be tested. It is beneficial to the writer that the problem statement involve a topic they are passionate about that can also be supported by authoritative resources. Create a more precise or refined problem statement by asking, does the problem require an essay's worth of development, or will you run out of discussion points too quickly? Is the problem too obvious? Can you support your research with the evidence available? Can you respond when a reader asks, so what, or why does it matter? By asking these questions about your problem statement, you are testing that it is an engaging topic, that it reflects an evolution of your ideas, and provides a better response to the problem presented. The refined statement should point in a definite direction for both the writer and reader to a solution to the identified problem. When starting the writing process, there are several points to remember. Compose an outline. After you have determined your problem statement, jot down an outline that you will use as the foundation for your research paper. As you find supportive resources, you will build on the points used in the outline to create the bulk of your paper. Organize your thoughts clearly. Make sure to add supportive points in the correct paragraph as you write. You want to ensure that your support is found in the appropriate paragraphs. Pay attention to writing mechanics such as sentence structure, grammar, spelling, and punctuation. There are few things less professional than finding poor sentence structure and grammatical or spelling errors within an academic paper. You want to ensure that your points come across as professional, especially if you plan to submit research paper for publication. Review your work and edit as necessary. We will cover this in the editing process. Students can find a variety of resources available on campus at University Branch, including books, magazines, databases, and newspapers. The titles here are just a handful of the books found within the collection and may be checked out using a Fort Bend County Library card. We will go over how to find items in the library catalog before examining databases available through Fort Bend County Libraries. To search for items in the library catalog, go to the Fort Bend County Library's webpage at the URL provided. Click on Catalog and search in English. This will take students to the Quick Search landing page. Enter in a keyword such as packaging design and click Go. This will locate a listing of all titles that have packaging design as one of the keywords. Click on a title to view more information such as location and availability. Below the item's cataloging information, you will see the call number and location of the item. If the status of the item is out, you can place a hold on the item. Enter your Fort Bend County Library barcode found on the back of your library card and password, then click Log In to place a hold on the item. Select your pickup library location from the drop-down menu and then click Submit Request. You will be contacted once the item is available at your pickup library. With a Fort Bend County Library card, students have access to databases subscribed to by Fort Bend County Libraries. These databases provide academic journal articles, e-books, recordings of events, and much more. The list here consists of a few databases, such as Academic Search Complete, Masterfile Premier, Newspaper Source, and Reference USA that students may use for their research. From the Fort Bend County Library's webpage, click Online Resources and then Research Databases. This will bring you to the database landing page. Select Alphabetical Index to see a full listing of the databases provided. Let's take a look at Academic Search Complete, a research database provided by EBSCO. Click on the house icon to access the databases from outside the library. Enter your library barcode and then log in. If you are asked for a password to continue, please contact the academic liaisons. After logging in, you will arrive at the Academic Search Complete Basic Search page. You can enter keywords or phrases to search for academic journal articles such as electronic publishing. If you place the two keywords in quotations as electronic publishing, this will retrieve more precise results about this topic rather than articles possessing either electronic or publishing alone. The key to research is to retrieve articles using terms that are neither too narrow nor too broad. If your search terms are broad in general, you will retrieve more results than can be read. While you do want to retrieve more precise results, if your search terms are too narrow and specific, you might not obtain enough articles to support your assignment. One way to help narrow or broaden a search is by using a Boolean operator. Boolean operators help to either decrease or increase your search results by either narrowing or broadening your criteria, and allows you to narrow your search by looking for two keywords or phrases within articles found in the databases. Both keywords or phrases must be present in order for a source to be retrieved. Or allows you to broaden your search by looking for either of two keywords or phrases rather than both found within separate articles. The search would be for apples or oranges to retrieve articles that possess either keyword. Not allows you to narrow your search by excluding certain keywords. An example of this would be jobs and Apple, not Steve, to retrieve articles about jobs with Apple without referencing founder Steve Jobs. Going back to our initial search, by searching for electronic publishing and digital media, our search results narrowed from over 8,000 results to 341 results. There are other limiters that can be used, such as full text, which will only retrieve articles that you have full access to. When you click on a specific article, you will be directed to the detailed record of that article. From here, you can read the full text, and you are also able to locate the citation. In the column on the right, click on Cite. This will bring up a listing of different citation styles for this article, including APA. However, while all of the citation information is present, you must remember to format that citation according to the APA guidelines. We will see how to format citations later in the presentation. Students can find a variety of resources available on the University of Houston main campus, including books, academic journals, and databases. The titles above are just a sample of the books found within the collection and may be requested using your PeopleSoft ID and your last name. We will go over how to find items in the library catalog before examining databases and research guides available through University of Houston. To search for items in the UH Library catalog, go to the URL here. Select Catalog on the left-hand side and then enter in your search term such as web design. This will locate a listing of all titles that have web design as one of the keywords. Each item will show what format the item is in, such as ebook or book, and will provide the location, call number, and status of the item. To request an item, click on the title to be redirected to the item's record. click on Request on the top left-hand side. You can also click on Citation Information under Other Resources to view multiple citation styles for the item. Remember that you are using APA style for your citations in digital media. While this does include all of the necessary citation information, the citation will need formatting to reflect the APA style guidelines. Log in using your name and PeopleSoft ID to request the item. You can select Sugarland as a pickup location, and the item will be checked out to your UH account and delivered to University Branch. After the item has been received and processed by the academic liaisons, you will be notified that the item is ready for checkout using your Fort Bend County Library card. As a student of University of Houston, you are given access to a variety of academic databases. Specialized librarians within each major have created and provided research guides to assist students with specified areas of study. Some of the databases offered in the Research Guide for Digital Media students include Business Source Complete, Computer Source, Computers and Applied Sciences Complete, Emerald Full Text, and many more. To navigate to these databases, enter the UH Main Library webpage URL shown here. Under the Help section, click on Research Guides. Once you reach the UH Library's Research Guides landing page, click on the group Science, Engineering, and Technology to open the drop-down menu. Select Digital Media Resources and you will be directed to the Digital Media Resources page. On this page is an overview of the available resources and the contact information of Loretta Wallace, the Business and Technology Librarian for University of Houston. Under the Articles, Databases, and Journals tab is a listing of research databases and how-to video tutorials for students to use. You will need your CougarNet login to access the databases off campus. Click on the Digital Media Books and eBooks tab for a listing of titles related to digital media. When you are searching for resources, some things to keep in mind will help when evaluating each source. It's as simple as looking at A, B, C, D. Authority. Who is the author? Is the information accurate? You should look at the credentials of the author to decide if they are a reliable voice for your topic. Bias. Is the information objective, or is the source trying to promote an idea and change my mind? If a source is examining only one side without discussing the opposing side, it might be considered a biased resource. Currency. How old is the information? Is it out of date? Depending on their field of study, students need updated and current information. It's advisable to look at information sources that have been published within the past 1 to 5 years. Documentation. Where did the authors obtain their information? Do they cite their sources? Academic journal articles will usually include a references list at the end of the article. This not only shows you the author's documentation of their sources, but also offers possible resources for students to use. When composing an academic paper, it is recommended that students write down the citation information for each source as they read through the source and take notes. This allows the students to have the citation information readily available rather than having to backtrack to locate the information at a later time. It is important to provide citations because they provide credit to authors of sources used to support your ideas, help to avoid plagiarism, provide a guide for those reading your work to retrieve sources, prove your own authority in writing about your topic as you have used authoritative and credible sources to support your work. You can always check the APA Publication Manual 6th edition to ensure correct formatting of your citations. University Branch has several copies available to check out and a copy in reference for in-library use. The examples here are all correct forms of citation for one work by one author within the text as they include the author's name and the publication date of the source referenced. This is applicable to all formats of sources, including books, periodicals, and technical research reports. When a work has two authors, cite both names every time the reference occurs in text. When a work has 3, 4, or 5 authors, cite all authors the first time the reference occurs. In subsequent citations, include only the surname of the first author followed by et al. With a period following the al, and the year if it is the first citation of the reference within a paragraph. Listed here are several examples of how citations should appear on your references list at the end of your research paper. This is the roadmap that allows your readers to locate the sources you use to support your assignment. When creating your references list, your resources should be in alphabetical order and then arranged chronological by year if there are multiple works cited by the same author. For more examples of references list and in-text citations, please check the American Psychological Association Publication Manual, 6th edition at your local library. Plagiarism is the act of using another person's words or ideas without giving credit to that person. These are just some examples of the act of plagiarism: failing to cite sources you used, copying text from a source and pasting it directly into your paper, getting someone else to write your paper, buying a paper and turning it in as your own work. There are serious consequences if you plagiarize, which could include failing an assignment, being dropped from a class, revoking of a scholarship, or even expulsion. It is not worth the risk to plagiarize one assignment. Do your research, give credit to the authors whose work or ideas you reference, and show your professionalism as a research student. Once you have finished the first draft of your assignment, take a step back and prepare to return at a later time. After a break, return to the assignment and prepare to start the editing process, usually with a red pen to make notes or corrections. Several examples of the editing process include reading your paper out loud. Our minds can make mental corrections when just looking over the paper. If you read it out loud, you typically notice missing information or areas that may need clarification or rewording. Have a classmate read your paper out loud. This ties in with the first method and will help pinpoint areas of your paper that need clarifying. Peer reviewing will help both you and your classmate in the editing process, as well as build your own editing skills. This should help you learn to identify areas of your own work that might have missing information or need more development. When peer reviewing, as the reviewer, identify the strengths and limitations of the draft. You want to propose possibilities rather than dictate revisions. Restate the thesis for the writer. It's helpful for the writer to see if you understand the main point of the essay. Give specific compliments. Refrain from giving vague compliments such as, "I liked your essay." Ask questions and say where you would like to hear more. Note passages that you found either confusing or interesting. By asking for clarification, you will help the writer see what needs to be revised. Try to use at least 2 methods with both the initial draft of your assignment and the edited draft. You are composing a research paper that should reflect your level of education and professionalism, and the editing process helps refine your paper. As a University of Houston student, you are able to schedule writing consultations with the University of Houston Online Writing Center. Once you create a login, you can schedule an appointment with a tutor to assist with your research paper remotely. As a Fort Bend County Library card holder, you have access to the BrainFuse Writing Lab under Homework Tutoring on the Fort Bend County Library's webpage. When you click on the Writing Lab's link, it will prompt you to either log in or create a new login. After you have created a new account, you can attach a document from your computer and make note of any information you feel the writing expert should know. It will take a minimum of 1 business day to receive a response. University of Houston also provides a writing and presentation help research guide for students to use. You will find examples of citation styles, how to avoid plagiarism, presentation skills, and much more. Students are welcome to contact the academic liaisons at University Branch on University of Houston Sugar Land campus or library staff at MD Anderson on UH Main campus. To review the lecture, we discussed creating and refining a working problem statement, examined standard writing requirements for research papers, learned techniques for information searching and evaluating information sources, discussed the importance of citation and learned how to cite both in the body of your paper and the references list, reviewed academic honesty, plagiarism, and the editing process, and learned some helpful links to offer support when researching and writing your assignment. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you at the library soon.